we have been sitting on this topic, man. But we did want to go ahead and start our official, list as we get ready for the upcoming season. The list don't matter once the season starts. All right, can't be telling me who's your top 10 then. Nah, man, we months to you already got the eyes on you, already seen it. So we figured today, we'll hit it on the front end, man. Start talking who we think are our top 10 current head coaches in the NFL, how we would rank them. So obviously in the comment section, y'all can follow suit as well. But yeah, man, if you would like to name your 10, you could go first, and then I'll hit you on the back side. Hit you on the back end. We good to go?
10-1.
Yeah, give a little suspense with it.
At 10, I'm going Mike McCarthy. Do I got to explain or just go? I'll go 10-1.
So go 10-1.
Yeah,
I'm going to go 10-1, and then after that, we're going to react. Cause,
Mike McCarthy,
yeah.
I'll go 10. At 9, Sean Payton. At 8, Dan Campbell. At 7, Matt LaFleur. At 6, Kyle Shanahan. At 5, I don't even give. I just think this dude's that good of a coach. Jim Harbaugh.
Shout out to Jim.
At 4, John Harbaugh.
Shout out to John. He won both Harbaughs back to back.
Wait, no. Which one do I? I just have Harbaugh.
You probably got John ahead of Jim because John's been a little active longer. I don't know.
I guess he beat him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so,
he beat him head to head, right?
Yeah. I'll give him the tip of the cap there.
Mm-hmm.
Sean McVay at 3.
Let's go.
2, Tomlin.
Talk
and
that talk.
1, Andy Reid.
All right. Any honorables?
No.
Okay.
I can though. I didn't really. I just did 1 to 10 and just stopped. I didn't really think of who else I'd be throwing in there. I mean, Stefanski's been pretty damn good. I can't even for like bringing the Browns into relevancy.
Yeah.
Like unfortunately, I guess you gotta throw him in like the teens at least.
I didn't hear Sirianni either on you, right?
Yeah, you start throwing him in the mix too a little bit. Who would you have as honorable? Like who am I missing? Oh, your guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so McDermott.
Yeah, I guess
he's another one.
Yeah. I think you throw him in the mix.
What about let's see. I'm trying to think. Cause
I think I got a good list.
Named the dudes, yeah. I'm about to say.
I think I got a good list. So then honestly, yeah, those honorable. D'Amico Ryans.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
still young though. That's why I couldn't put him in the top 10.
Yep, I get you 100%.
Way too young.
Get you 100%, man.
One good season. Maybe you're throwing Zach Taylor in there. Because, they had a decent season without Joe Burrow.
And Zach has been Super Bowl and AFC Championship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's within 5 years for him?
Right.
Has it been 5 yet? He's got to be in that range, right?
Right. Yeah, because he had the season before they got Burrow.
Joe, yeah. And Joe's been there for 3 because Joe and Chase are the same time, and Chase is coming up on the deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good list.
I
mean,
like
Pete
that.
Carroll's not around anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, that's right, because you said McCarthy. Yeah, you had McCarthy. You had Campbell.
Yeah, it's pretty. I know McCarthy gets a bad rap, but when you really look at it, dude's got a Super Bowl championship. He made the playoffs how many times with the Packers? I know he had Aaron Rodgers, but then even in his time in Dallas, it's 3 straight 12-win seasons.
12, 13, yeah.
And he's got a Super Bowl. Not many coaches are doing that. I know his playoff records haven't been the best, but Aaron Rodgers has also not been the best in the playoffs. And obviously Dak Prescott has also not been the best in big moments either.
It's very true.
So you can't put it all on McCarthy. It's when he's at the head of these teams, they make playoffs, and he has a championship. So, he's at least got to be in the top 10.
I like that. All right. Okay. Deke, I like your list, bro.
I think it's a pretty good list.
I like your list, man. I like your list. All right,
I want to hear yours.
I'm just ask why McDermott didn't make your list though. if I had to ask, right? If I had to pick one name, I just want to pick that one. Why he don't make the list, bro? Huh? What he done? What has he done?
Just a little too disappointing these last few seasons.
Oh, okay.
Not living up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But you said Stefanski, huh?
He's honorable mention. I don't got him in the top 10.
Oh, I was just like, man.
The guys that haven't won championships. because Jim Harbaugh, I'm counting that college football championship he just won. He hasn't been in the league. Like, what was he in the league for? Like 2-3 seasons.
Yeah.
Went to a Super Bowl. Like, I told you, I just feel like he's that good of a coach.
I ain't tripping, bro.
He's in the top
I ain't
5.
tripping, bro.
So
Dan Campbell?
the ones that haven't won, it's Dan Campbell,
Mhm.
LaFleur, and Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think out of the coaches that haven't won, those 3 have done better than McDermott.
How though?
Kyle Shanahan.
No, Cal. I'm with you on Cal. Dan Campbell and who was the other guy you said?
LaFleur.
What? Yeah. What's
LaFleur's he's had to go through different quarterbacks here. He's gone from Rodgers to
That's
Jordan
cool.
Love.
I'm just saying, what is he done?
Elevated
though?
Jordan Love.
What is he done?
It's similar. I mean, they're in the. I'd say they're in a
Because I was
similar
like,
vein.
McDermott had been in the AFC Championship. He done lost 3 times now to 2 times back to back to the teams that have won it all. In terms of the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, LaFleur's done it with multiple quarterbacks. Rodgers, Love. He's consistent too. I mean, he's got a hell of a winning percentage.
Respect.
They're in a very similar boat. Very similar boat.
Respect.
Dan Campbell, he brought Detroit from the ashes.
What was Buffalo when McDermott went there?
Hey, I'm just saying, it's been bad.
I was just wondering. I was just like, man, what? I did not know that Buffalo was this powerhouse before McDermott got there, where it was just every year Super Bowl conversation. I just didn't know that. I thought Josh Allen. Y'all told me Josh sucked early on. Remember that? I just didn't know he was this rock star from day one, and this has just been it the whole way. It's just crazy how this combo sounds. That's what I was asking, because I love how you talking about it. You making it sound way better. I just didn't know that that's how you felt. Yeah, I thought that it was like, it was rough up there early on. It was bad up there. Josh was terrible up there. I didn't know that Josh has been this perfect quarterback
over the last few years, and they've
But how did they get there? Them expectations have come from this with his belt.
He's in that mix. He's in the LaFleur Campbell mix. But then I had the 8 and the 9 spot, and I was like, how do I figure out a way to make sure McDermott doesn't make it? All right, let me throw the guys on that want some Super Bowls.
Because that's the argument right there. This one was like, I can't argue with that one. But the other one, I'm like, hey, yo, hold on now. Hold on. I love it, baby. I love it.
I love it.
That's real.
Why I said I throw him in the honorable mention.
That's
but
real.
I do think, I don't know off the top of my head. I do think LaFleur, though, has just straight up won more than McDermott. And like I said, I like what Campbell's done with Detroit last couple seasons.
For sure.
Dealing with Goff, who was an afterthought coming from the Rams. They wanted to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Just a whole reinvention of
respect.
what's going on up there with the Lions. And, they went to the NFC Championship. Maybe they lost the NFC Championship because of Campbell. Some could argue there. Or just the fact that they didn't have a kicker that he believed in. Now, maybe that falls on Campbell, too. Get a guy that you could trust to make some kicks instead of going for fourth every time.
No, respect on that, man. All right. I like
he's in
your
the
list,
mix.
though.
He's in the honorable mention list. I'll give it to him.
Your list is a vibe.
And then I had Tomlin and McVay. Either one of them could be 2, but I'm going with Tomlin over McVay. Because McVay has the case for more recent success, but, I mean, we know Tomlin's really good.
Yeah.
And he's the Steelers coach, so I'm putting him at 2.
Of course. Why not?
And I think, you know what? If I had to bet for the next 4 or 5 years, I think Tomlin's going to have more success than McVay. That's my bet.
I put mine. I put that bet in there. I'm with you.
I think we're going to have the better roster. We're going to have the better setup. Rams obviously went all in a couple years ago, and they've been paying the price for it last couple seasons, but McVay got them back to the playoffs last year. But Stafford's getting up there in age, and I think Tomlin's just going to have a better next however many years than McVay.
I like it. I'm going to rock with it. All right. Well, just to give you one little detail before I start my list off. Sean McDermott, amongst all active coaches, 32 of them, he is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has the 6th most wins.
Where's LaFleur? I think
LaFleur is if he's at 6, 7, 8, 9, he's 10th. He's 10th.
No, I need winning percentage.
Oh, winning percent. Okay, so winning percentage. His percentage is. I gotta reorganize it for winning percentage. We're just going off of if you're playing in how many games. I want to say how many wins you're winning. That's what I was going off, raw wins. Yeah.
Sure.
So if we're going winning percentage, well, if it's winning percentage, LaFleur is second to Jim Harbaugh, but winning percentage is based off of 72 games for Jim Harbaugh, 90 games for Matt LaFleur. See what I'm saying? Nick Sirianni is third with 56 games. So that's the only thing. Whereas when we're just talking total wins versus losses, McDermott has coached in 125 games. He's won 78 of the 47 for a .625 winning percentage. So he's coached in a lot more games. That's all. But I like your energy. I like it, man. And I wouldn't expect anything less than you to come at my man Sean McDermott like that. Salute you on that, baby. Salute you. All right. So for me, man.
Honorable. He's in the honorable mentions.
We do actually have a very similar list, man. At 10, I also have Mike McCarthy. Everything you said, man, I'm with you on that. So Mike McCarthy is at 10 for me. At
he probably should be higher, actually.
Yeah. Well, I looked at it as
he actually probably should be higher.
He should. I'm sure the way that we look at him is how some people look at Coach T, where they're just like, yo, yeah, he wins a lot. Yeah, he's had success. Yeah, he's won a Super Bowl. But recently, it hasn't been that. And recently, for me, Mike McCarthy, he's still getting double-digit wins, but I think that he is driving a Lamborghini down there in Dallas. Whereas right now, we're looking at Coach T, and it's like, man, you bringing the hoopty, but that joint cooking because you just active at times. And now we're going to see, okay, now that we've upgraded our parts, now let's see, can he get back to what once was? And that's kind of how I looked at it. But I have Mike McCarthy at 10. I got Kevin Stefanski at 9. Like you said, man, he brought Cleveland back from the dead, bro. It was Cleveland. Them boys didn't win a playoff game and everything and have really, made some noise and without having a stable quarterback either. He didn't win Baker, Watson, Flacco.
Had 4 of them last year.
I think Dobbs got a start in there at one point, like just across the board.
DTR.
Yeah,
I don't know where the hell he is right now.
DTR was out there at one point. Good
Against
call.
Us, beat us.
Good call. Stefanski, though, man, like across the board, man, what he's been able to do in terms of turning Cleveland around, they're way more respectable. They still suck, but they're respectable. So I had him at 9. I got Jim Harbaugh at 8 solely because he's been out the league for a while. Otherwise, he would have been way higher because, like you said, he's already had success. We've already seen him when we saw him go down at college and turn Michigan from the Ohio State Little Brothers to winning a national championship and punching on Ohio State in the process. That is not an easy thing to do. I just want to see, all right, because these other guys that I have in front of him have been active and grinding and doing it, it was more respect for them than it is a knock on Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
that's the only thing with that. At 7, I go Dan Campbell. I love what he's done in Detroit. I'm glad that they've given him the opportunity to build it to what it is, but I didn't want to fall for the trap of thinking this last year NFC Championship was what has been the first 2 years also, because that was not the case. They've been working to get to that. So that's why I had him at 7. And the reason why I have Sean McDermott at 6 is because McDermott has been division championship, or he's won the division, blanketed 4 times in a row now, has washed the division. People aren't doing that except for the Patriots, right? So that's been done. But now it's postseason success. He's winning a playoff game every year, it seems like, until they meet who? Kansas City. And I don't fault them losing to Patrick Mahomes the same way I don't fault Baltimore losing to Patrick Mahomes.
Or just even putting that solely on McDermott. It's like
if
that kicker makes the field goal.
There's a lot that goes
Although
into
maybe that 13 seconds is on McDermott.
Or was that on the DC, though?
Yeah, who knows?
It's somebody, though. It's on somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what you can't unsee, but that's also why he's not higher. Because we did see the 13-second debacle. We did see the missed field goal in the postseason. We did also see, after all of the hype around the Bengals rematch in Buffalo division round, Cincinnati goes up there and goes to work. So that can't be unseen. But knowing what that Buffalo team was before this is very similar to how we talked about Cleveland before this. Not to the same extent. It wasn't all the way there, but it wasn't far off.
Detroit's a good example.
Detroit's another one. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's why I have him at 6 versus Campbell at 7. At 5, I go Kyle Shanahan. I love what Shanahan does in terms of winning, the variety of ways he's done it with the variety of quarterbacks. Only thing is, the guys that I have in front of him have all actually won a Super Bowl. He's gotten close multiple times, but the dudes in front of him have done it, and they consistently win in the regular season also. So from there, I got number 4, Sean McVay. Number 3, John Harbaugh. Number 2, Coach T. And obviously number 1, Andy Reid. My honorable mentions.
I guess the only difference between our list is having Sean McDermott on it or not.
Because my honorable mention is Sean Payton, Nick Sirianni, and Matt LaFleur.
Okay.
My dog funny, man. I love it, bro.
Oh, wait. I don't have Stefanski either.
Because you did.
I couldn't have him on.
Did you do Ryan's, right?
No.
No. Who'd you do then?
McCarthy, Payton, Campbell, LaFleur, Shanahan. So Payton and LaFleur are the 2 I have on.
No, because I have Peyton on.
You said honorable mentions.
You're right. He's not on mine. Yeah, he's honorable mention. Peyton's honorable mention. Sirianni's honorable mention. LaFleur's honorable mention. So you have Peyton on yours and McDermott off of yours. I have McDermott on mine and Peyton off.
Yep.
Hey, let's go. Let's go. Okay.
I think we're thinking very similar, though.
Low key. All right, so let's
So why McVay under Harbaugh?
All right, let me talk about it. So, chat, drop into the comment. Y'all 10. Let's get y'all 10 going. All right, get your 10 going. So, the big reason why I did Harbaugh over McVay is, what did Baltimore do last year? It was, number 1 seed, 14-plus wins, AFC Championship appearance, lost to Kansas City. Year before that, 1 seed again or 2 seed? The past 3 years, they've been... they've made
the playoffs, though.
Right.
Because that's when they lost to Cincy because Huntley fumbled it.
Yeah, but 3 of the past 4 years, they've been one of the top seeds going into the... Think about it. We haven't even played their last, when we play against the Ravens at the end of the season, it's times where they're sitting their players because they already have it locked up. We've seen that at least twice within the past how many years?
2019 was the first time, and then this last season was the most recent.
Yeah. So I just think of it in that sense, it's like, yo, you're winning at a high clip. You've already won a Super Bowl, but for him, he's run into Andy Reid a couple of times. With McVay, I just want to see now. It's like, all right, you had the Stafford thing. I kind of feel like you bought it because of all the different exports and imports, and that's cool. That's fine. But I want to see, can you sustain it and get right back in that convo? Because with Harbaugh, he's still in that convo. We're not worried about no drastic drop-off, but they all got pretty much the same class of team. And that's the part where I want to see with McVay is like, all right, you got this new group, so to speak. Can it get back to what you've been doing? Because he's also one of them dudes that is up in that convo heavily.
Yeah.
And Coach T is Coach T. Like I said, man, that man getting 10 dubs out of the situations that we be having and everything in between. But now I look at him and I say, you have new pieces in place now. We got to get that success in the postseason back. And I think that's the thing for him that is going to either have him move up this list or start dropping down that list, because these other dudes, they're catching. I mean, Harbaugh's been coaching 17 years. He only a year behind Coach T. So it's like we can't hit him with the whole, oh, man, he was doing it for so much longer. It's like, no, it's only a year difference between them dudes. And granted, Harbaugh's had a losing season or two.
Yeah.
But Harbaugh is making some headway on his back end, man.
We keep beating them, though. What is it?
We
in
do.
The last 8 games, we're 7-1 against them.
He can't beat Coach T. It's the weirdest thing. But his squads are nice everywhere else, though. Think about that. We have their number the past 7-8 matchups, man. But throughout the past couple of seasons, they've been way more dominant in terms of just beating teams. Yep.
Yeah, they've finished better in the regular season and everything. McVay last year solidified it for me in terms of being, top 3, because he had that down year after the Super Bowl where he was running with Baker for a couple games and Wofford and all those. I think they finished like 5-12 or something.
Yeah.
So that was the one thing I think Coach T had on McVay is
because
like
the Duck season.
Yeah,
Duck
like
Mason.
anyone we've had out there, we're at least getting 500.
Case where he 3 quarterbacks then. Kenny, Mitch, and Mason. So yeah.
And then with the Rams last year, though, everyone thought they were going to be terrible because I know they got Stafford back, they had Kupp and Donald, but like the rest of the roster.
Yeah.
No one was writing home about. Rest of the roster was terrible. Like no one thought the Rams were going to be good last year, but they ended up going to the playoffs. They should have beat the Lions. I mean, they were a point or two away from beating the Lions. I think they lost by like a point or two.
Yeah.
Should have beat the Lions. So like I think he's a good coach. I think he's going to be one of those.
I look at
all-timers.
McVay like an offensive version of Coach T. The young, innovative. Who is this guy? Can lead men. Can go start a Fortune 500 and be the man over there. Like I look at McVay like that just on the offensive side, whereas Coach T was that, but from a defensive standpoint. But that's why I like them both. That's why they both right in that range with me. Yeah.
What's the chat saying?
All right, let's see.
X-Concepts already has D'Amico Ryans over Sean Payton.
Ooh, okay. He said one and done. All you need to say was one time, and he believes it. I ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Cody Kuhn says Stafford is a top 3 QB in the NFC, though. That team was bad, dude. I'm just going into the season, it was almost like the Seahawks a couple years ago. No one thought the Seahawks with Geno Smith were going to do anything.
Yeah.
No one thought the Rams were going to do anything this year.
Mano brings up no Doug Peterson down in Jacksonville.
They've been a disaster.
I hate Jacksonville right now, bro. Yeah.
Well, I guess they went to the playoffs in his second year, but this
last
year
was an
that
absolute
was terrible.
embarrassment, man.
Yeah, it was, especially too. I know Lawrence got hurt and they had some injuries and stuff, but they started like 7-2. It's a terrible finish,
bro. They man, I don't even want to talk about that victory they had across the pond. They shouldn't even have.
Well, if Kenny Pickett stayed healthy when we played him, we would have won that.
Come on, man.
Got hurt midway through, and then Mitch was throwing picks all over the place.
You see how it is, man.
We had him right where we wanted him. It was our formula. Keep it within a score. We had it within a score going into halftime. We got screwed on like that Boswell field goal call. Remember, like they called us offside.
They called him offside, yeah.
Yeah, Bos made an unbelievable like long kick in the.
We had him right where we wanted him, man.
Yeah, and then we had. I think he made wasn't it 60 yards?
Who did they called him lined up in the neutral zone?
Yeah,
who was it?
Then he tried kicking like a 65
yeah,
yarder.
they called him lined up in the neutral zone. That was when they were doing the whole point of emphasis. Yo, I do remember that.
Oh, and that was the shitty calls that they had on like roughing the passer.
Yeah.
They didn't call the one on Kenny, but
Kenny,
they called the softer
Lawrence.
one on Lawrence. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, the one on Kenny got Kenny knocked out.
He got rocked, yeah. Heck yeah.
Ridiculous.
Bro, that is funny. I forgot that one.
But no, I don't think
we had him right where we wanted him, though,
man.
In
the top 10 right now.
Had him right where we wanted him.
He's top 20. He did win a Super Bowl, man. Like if that's the case you want to make.
What about Mike McDaniels?
I like him too. I think he's just got Tua. That's his problem. I don't think we're ever gonna see his full potential.
Cause see, I was looking at that and I'm like, if he could do it with that, does that make him even better? Because he does have their offense humming down there, and we would all agree we think that Tua is a little bit limited compared to some of the other elite guys. But
I like him too. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good coaches right now.
Yeah. How you feel about Saleh?
No.
Okay.
No. We'll see what he does this year. This is his make or break year. But even up to this point, no.
Yeah.
I guess the good thing you could say about him is some of these Jets teams have been getting close to 500, even with Zach Wilson and all that.
I mean, he
obviously he knows defense.
He's coached them some pretty impressive victories regular season wise. You know, I've seen him beat a Buffalo team before. I've seen that. I tip your cap to that. Not everybody could do that.
Week 1 on Monday night.
Not everybody could say they did that, man. Not everybody can say they did that. I've seen him do it, so I'll tip his cap. There you go. Yeah.
Is that a shot at the Steelers?
I didn't see. Don't do that. Don't make it personal. I just tip my cap.
Lost to Buffalo in the wild card.
All I said was he beat the Bills last year, so I didn't see a lot of teams do it. So shout out to the ones that did. That's all.
If Mason doesn't throw that pick, man, Pickens don't fumble.
Hey, if we don't miss the field goal,
I'm just saying that
how it goes, man.
I really think.
Yeah. If it was 12 seconds on that clock instead of 13,
I really
who knows,
think
man.
that team was humming last year. I know no one had like great expectations for us in the playoffs, but I think we were playing really good football.
No.
We could have made some noise. Let's see. Tom J just says Bengals coach, but doesn't put him anywhere.
I mean, because I like Zach Taylor. And that's what we said. I mean, within 5 years, he's had an AFC championship win, 2 AFC appearances, 1 win, and then a Super Bowl appearance.
Remix says Dable for coach of the year. That was 2 years ago. Was that with the Giants?
Yeah.
His first year with the Giants. Yeah.
You know where he came from though, so I ain't surprised by that.
Let's see.
You know where he came from, right?
Nah.
You know where he was at before that. I mean, it's something about that coaching tree. What's his coaching tree? He's under which tree? Oh, the McDermott tree. I got. I like that tree. I ain't sure with that tree, bro. I ain't sure with that. I am not sure with that at all, man. Because the McDermott tree and the Coach T tree are kind of like they come from the same roots. They played college ball together. So they learned together. So it's like I kind of like these trees. Yeah.
No one else really decided to put their top 10 here.
Tom J said McDermott is top 30. If he's top 30, I need to know who the 29 ahead of him are. Because they got to be elite tier. Elite tier. If that's just the 30th best guy, elite tier. I just like it, though, because we got the best one. We got Coach T, bro. We ain't tripping. We right there.
For what? What do you mean?
Just you know.
I got him 2 right now.
Yeah, he's number 2. Yeah.
But Reed has Mahomes.
Yeah. Is that the big reason why we both put him at 1?
You have to. Like,
okay, because I was like, bro,
yeah,
he's maximizing his. Because like I looked at this and I said, okay, Belichick when he had Brady, he maximized it. That's why Belichick was 1. When we had 7, we didn't maximize it, so that's why Coach T can't be 1 right now. Like if he had 2 or 3 with him, then I'm like, all right, you've done it because that's what Belichick did, and that's what Reed is doing right now. They're doing the multiples. McCarthy, if he got multiples with Rodgers, is a different convo. But it's hard to do it, man. And that's why like when you see them dudes get multiples in the same spot, you like, bro, you're
just
cooking.
Win.
You got something
winning.
going on,
Even
man.
though he's got Mahomes, he's winning.
Yeah, he got it going, man.
Yeah, you can't say the same thing about dude coaching Herbert. Like you could say, what was his name? Staley?
Yeah.
You got Herbert. You got this generational talent. They ain't even making playoffs.
Right.
So like at least Reed's doing something with this unreal player in Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Cody Kuhn saying Coach T second best coach in the league if he gets 2 rings.
So go ahead and add it this year then. Or is he saying second?
David Decker, he's got his list. Reed 1, 2 Tomlin.
Okay.
3 McDermott. My God.
Don't do that. Don't do
Where's
that.
McVay?
Don't do that.
Wait, he doesn't even have McVay here.
Don't do that. Jeez. McVay got 2 Super Bowl appearances. That's the crazy part, though. Because I'm like, yo, I'm not about to act like that's not heavy. Like, he got
a couple NFC championships, too.
Right, but it's like, yo, he got to get 2 Super Bowl. Like, yo, you won 2 NFC championships.
I think he lost 1 or 2.
Yeah, he's won 2, lost.
He lost 1 to the Niners, I think.
Right.
I think.
They lost the Super Bowl to the Patriots.
No,
they lost Super Bowl to the Patriots, and they beat the oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on my man.
I think they beat the Niners, actually. I'm sorry. To get to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G.
Yeah, the Jimmy G situation.
Didn't step up.
That was after Jimmy G took care of your boy Rodgers, though, in the snow.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, McVay having 2 appearances in the Super Bowl is insane, though, bro.
Yeah, I think consistently making the playoffs outside of
and Shanahan is also up there, too.
Season, whatever.
Right. Shanahan's also up there, too, with multiple appearances, man. Like,
yeah, and doing that with Purdy and all that stuff. Yeah, you got to give Shanahan credit. I know they haven't won one, but
it was the Bengals. Good call, young boy 24. That's I was like, who they beat? Yeah, it was the Bengals they beat.
But he's got, after McDermott at 3, John Harbaugh at 4, 5 is Shanahan, and then 6 McCarthy. How do you not have McVay in your top 6?
That's real. That's real.
You can't have Shanahan over McVay. Like your list is invalid if you have Shanahan over McVay. There's no way.
Well, who's been more impressive though? Well, McVay has actually won it though.
Yeah.
McVay has actually won it, and he beat Shanahan. Even though Shanahan, you could make the case though.
It's got to be McVay.
That's tough. Yeah, I think you got to go McVay. Yeah. As much as I would like to make this a Shanahan, could it be Shanahan? I'm like, McVay, because McVay won the head-to-head in the chip. Because I'm going to bring up Shanahan being in, multiple appearances, but it's like, yo, you got beat by this guy in that appearance.
And McVay has multiple appearances,
right?
too.
So it's like,
and a win.
It's even, yeah.
Yeah, I got McVay
That's
3.
tough.
I think Shanahan was at 5 or 6. I mean, he's not too far off. He's just got to get the details right. Got to beat McVay. Beat McVay and win a Super Bowl. He'll get bumped up.
I like it then, man. I like it. All right.